If somehow Anderson Silva and Conor McGregor do manage to fight, how do you see the contest ending? Silva by decision, Silva by stoppage, McGregor by decision, McGregor by stoppage. Goes?
Silva by stoppage. If you go back to the first Nate Diaz fight, I think what gave Conor a lot of problems was just that distance and just Nate being able to hit him before he could actually get in. He doesn't really see that too much. I think Anderson Silva would be a nightmare in that regard. Actually, I could see that front kick landing right on his chin.
Okay. Dan Tom.
Yeah, that would make sense. He did land that front kick against a fellow southpaw, Vitor Belfort, and I think Anderson does better against southpaws. More of his arsenal, with him being a southpaw himself, is actually opened up, and that's what you would get with Conor McGregor. And whereas McGregor, I mean, you'd have to think, okay, well, maybe a puncher's chance, but let's be honest, we're really, if we're being critical and honest, we're still trying to find out where his power lies at 155, much less 2 divisions up, even if this hypothetical takes place at a catch weight. So maybe on McGregor's best day, maybe he could survive to a decision. But you got to admit, guys, it's probably going to be a main event fight, which means 5 rounds. So, yeah, I vote Anderson Silva by inside the distance. Seems like the most likely line by a stretch for me.
Yeah, I guess it's a third. I'm with you guys. At some point, the other fellas are just too big, man. It's not to take anything away from Conor McGregor. When Nick Diaz fought Anderson Silva took a while to really get going or really do much. For one, there had been, those fears of coming back after such a vicious leg break. So I think he had that weighing on him. That's why he broke down and cried afterwards. But Nick Diaz was kind of cool all week, and then he was punking him in the middle of the fight. And so Anderson, I think he just messed with him. But you could tell when they did actually fight and engage, one guy was just superior to the other guy on the feet, and I think that's what's going to happen here. He's just a bigger dude. And Anderson doesn't really seem to age. Like, he is aging, but he's not one of those guys where you go, oh, my God, he's a shadow of himself. It's nothing like that. He still actually looks pretty good. I would have wanted a little bit more of a frequency of fights from Anderson Silva in these last few years, despite all of those suspensions that he's had to serve. I feel like there's been pockets of time that he still could have filled in. But maybe he really saved his money well. Maybe he's so well off that he doesn't need to do it other than to have fun. But you can tell he's pushing it because he sees something there, and that's the fact that he's just a bigger guy, a stronger guy, and he'd have I'd say a fairly easy night. So put me down. Same one. Silva by stoppage, unanimous across the board here. 44% of them agreed with us, but 38% said McGregor by stoppage. That wasn't too far behind.
Wow.
Then 10% said Silva by decision. 8% said McGregor by decision. 3,357 votes came in. Thank you all for participating. There's the Daily Debate for today, brought to you by the MMA Junkie Radio team.